Hi guys, we're back with another one.
This is episode 2 on our podcast that we started. If you do want to watch the first episode, I did post it here on my TikTok.
Our first one was a little bit all over the place. We were kind of trying to get the hang of it. So let's see how this one goes. Thank you guys all for being here. We love all the support we get. And today, what are we going to talk about?
Today,
A little bit of everything again.
So since some of the people on TikTok don't know you, so we'll just do like an introduction first. And of course, I'm crocheting because that's what I'm about. I crochet. I'm LatinaCrochets, and I also have the merch.
And I'm just her number one fan. I'm a groupie. I got rid of TikTok, guys, because I spent too many hours on there.
Oh yeah, it's very addictive. Me too.
Yeah.
I sometimes ignore my husband because I'm on TikTok or crocheting, either crocheting or on TikTok.
It's a Monday and we're both off from work.
Yeah, it's the solar eclipse.
Oh, who saw the solar eclipse? I didn't see it. I didn't really care about it, but she saw it.
Yeah,
she took a picture.
I was going outside, but you're not supposed to directly look at it.
Yeah.
They're ciega, or you're gonna go blind, whatever. So I was just with my phone taking pictures of it and recording it, and I did see a little bit, like because the clouds were passing by and they were covering the sun, so I was able to see it. But I still have my sunglasses. So like, I'm not going blind, bitch. I need these eyes.
Yeah.
So I took a picture and I took a video.
I saw all the memes about it though. Yeah. They're hilarious.
And a lot of people are going live here on TikTok, showing the eclipse.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I'm like, I get to see it anyways.
Oh, and maybe I should go look up the video of it then.
On my phone or on in person.
What time was it at?
They said around 10 to 12. So ahorita, like it's going on right now, I think. Ya se acabó. So for you guys that don't know, this is my best friend from work. Her name is Belle. We met at work. As some of you guys may know, we work at Costco.
Costco executive members. That's my biggest flex. Costco executive member.
And then I used to work at Walmart. So coming to work at Costco, big step up. Like pinchy ghetto ass Walmart. And there's so much different here at Costco.
These are all personal opinions. Walmart don't come for us. Disclaimer.
This is our personal opinion. I love working at Costco. I really do. It's chill. Like before that, I was a housewife, and then I was like, I can't be a housewife. I can't. So I got a job, and I was like, good. I'm gonna apply at Costco. They hit me, my husband. And I applied 4 times at Costco until they finally called me.
They really, I only applied once. I applied 4 and then I got it the first time.
Oh, because you're cute.
They didn't even know what I looked like.
Because your name was cute.
I have a pretty good resume. But
my throat is still sore. Like I was sick for a whole ass week.
Oh, tell them about your.
Yeah, and then I lost my voice, like completely lost it. I couldn't even speak. I had a whisper.
So what did the doctor say you had?
Well, I went to the doctor apenas hoy, and they said it just looked like a little irritating, but it looked good. And I was like, bitch, I don't feel good though. Like I can't breathe in the morning.
So they didn't give you anything? They
gave me like cough medicine, but I have to go pick it up.
You know what? They used to give me those medical what is it called? Cough drops.
Oh, cough drops.
Yeah, the medical ones though.
The prescription ones?
Yeah. I think they're called Schlag something.
Oh, yeah.
You heard of those? Yeah.
They have like a funny name.
Yeah. They actually do work. But we both got the day off today, so we decided it's the perfect time to film. We were going to film at my friend's place, but he's lame.
He's a flake.
And I'm still mad at him for that. So
he's a flake. I don't even know.
If he watches this, we're coming for you.
Yeah. What am I working on? I'm making my blanket. This blanket that I've been working on for 3 years. Like this is 3 years in the making.
And why has it taken you that long?
It's taking me that long because I'm lazy. I procrastinate. I work on it, then I stop, then I keep working on it, and then I don't know. Like I'm just a lazy, and I'm also slow. I'm a slow crocheter. There's some women that are like rapidito, like without even looking at me. It's like I take my time. I'm slow, and I'm okay. I don't want to be fast because just for me, it's not that I'm gonna sell it or anything because I don't sell. A lot of people have asked me, like even at work, they've asked me if I sell, and they're like, "Oh, I want to buy a cat beanie. Or can you make this?" Yeah. And I said, honestly, I don't sell because I don't think it's worth it for me. It might be for other people,
Well, that's a lot of pressure too. For like a timeline. They're like, oh, I want to buy this and I want it by this date. You're like, I got a life.
Yeah, and people have flaked on me too. Like before at my other job,
Really?
I had this one girl had asked
Put
me
in
for some.
orders.
Yeah, put in orders, and then I never saw her again. And I had already finished them, and I was like, whatever. At this job, I mean, somebody had asked me for cat beanies, and I didn't start
Those,
them.
dude, those cat beanies are trending.
Yeah.
Did your sister send you a picture of her cat beanie?
Yeah, she already got hers. I had made her
Did
one.
she
The black and
style it?
white.
I wanna see how she like dressed it up.
She just sent me a picture of her wearing it, but
Oh.
it was a black and white one. I think I had posted it on here, but I posted it on Instagram, and I thought it was really cute. I'll probably make myself one, but I feel like for me, like it doesn't go with me. Like no me queda. I feel like I'm too, I guess, old for that.
Yeah.
But it would go cute for like a little girl or a young girl. But
I would rock it.
Yeah.
I would rock a cat beanie.
Then I would
They
make
look
it one.
cute.
Yeah, they're cute, and it doesn't take that long.
And
It's
after
pretty
like
quick.
people have been styling them like different, where it's like more modern, I would definitely wear one. They look
I like
cute.
the bucket hats.
Instead of the you made
you the one that was too small for your head.
That thing is tight. It cuts the circulation of my head. I feel like I can't think straight.
I'm gonna make another one, but I guess this one will make it bigger. Cause I was measuring it from my head because remember I measured your head.
You got my measurements.
Yeah, and then I
it
was
didn't work
measuring.
out.
I was measuring it that, and it felt like it was the same as my head. So when I started making it, I was measuring it off of my head. Thank you everybody for joining my live. I know I haven't gone live in a long time. It's been like months, but I feel with the whole ban the TikTok, you know how they're trying to ban TikTok. I just got discouraged. Like, yo dije, what's the point? Porque voy a seguir posting on TikTok si lo van a borrar anyway. So I got discouraged y me fui a pinche Instagram and on Facebook and like I started posting there. And I'm very active on Instagram, my stories. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm very active over there. So then here I kind of like I stopped posting on here because I got discouraged. But then I had this comment. I had posted a video talking about it, and then I had a comment from this guy because I'm a bro shit. He's fucking hilarious. If you haven't watched his content, go watch his content. He is so funny, bro shit, algo así. But he put in one of my videos. He said TikTok ain't going nowhere. Keep posting. I love your content. Do it for la raza. He said.
Aww.
And I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But that was like, como se dice, encouraging for me because, you know, and I talked about it in one of my videos saying that there needs to be more Latina representation in the crochet community porque there's a lot of white girls. And that's okay, you know, like more power to them. I don't hate on nobody. But I feel like there also has to be a Latina creator, you know, black creators, and because everybody crochets, not just like one ethnicity. I learned how to crochet from YouTube, like I taught myself. But growing up, my mom crocheted. But I didn't know that's what it was called. I just know get at the head and that's it.
Yeah.
But it was crochet. And then when I got older, when I was 27, I was like, I'm gonna look for a hobby because like I was in a bad place. I was like a miserable bitch. And I said, I need to get a hobby. And I remember that my mom would crochet. I didn't know what it was called. So I looked for it. And then I was like, oh, that's that thing that my mom would do. I was thinking. And then I started practicing, and I picked it up. And it's been over 5 years, yeah, that I've been crocheting over 5 years. I've been creating content since 2021. That's when I started LatinaCrochets, 2021. And then I was thinking, you know, why am I going to stop? All the years and all the work that I put in just to stop right now, I was like, nah, dude, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna continue. Even if I don't get likes or views, I'm gonna do it because I really like doing it. I enjoy being a content creator, like being creative and being funny, entertaining. Because I'm naturally an entertainer. I find everything funny, even though there's stuff that sometimes that I can be serious.
Yeah.
I just find everything funny. I guess it comes from childhood trauma or whatever. We're gonna talk about the trauma now.
Masking your childhood trauma.
Yeah, so then everything to me is like humor, and I want everything to be like funny or entertaining.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm proud of her and how far she's come, and it's really motivating to have her page because it gives me motivation that I can do it. Because I always wanted to have a more presence on social media, but I get kind of nervous and shy. Or especially when I see people being like coming at other people or being so the negativity and how quickly they can tear somebody down.
Yeah.
I don't think like I would have a hard time.
Dealing with the negative
yeah, like
feedback.
Yeah, that getting to me.
So just that.
Or if someone I know is like, oh, I know that hoe. She blah 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 blah. I'd be like, what? I'd be like, yeah, skeletons out the closet.
Like people from your
yes,
school,
I would. Yeah, I would be
but
like.
See, the thing, I was scared of that too. But then at one point I thought, like, why am I gonna let these people stop me? Like, I don't live with them. They don't pay my bills.
Yeah.
They don't put food on my table. And why am I gonna care about what they say, dude?
They don't write my check.
So then, yeah, they don't write my checks. They don't pay my bills. My husband pays my bills. But I thought, like, why am I gonna? When I first started, my videos were cringe. Like, I look at them now, like, bitch, ¿por qué hice eso? Like, dude, that was embarrassing. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And a lot of my videos actually had to go put private because I was embarrassed to rewatch them and I don't want people to see them. So a lot of my videos that are on private because I was like, nah, that's too cringe. But after you get over the embarrassment, okay, people are going to watch you, it's easy. And then I started posting content, and then I felt like I had to go another step up because it's always like growing. You have to grow. You can't just stay stuck. So then I started actually talking in my videos because I hate my voice. I fucking hate my voice. I hate the sound of it. I hate how raspy it is. So then when I started recording videos, I started talking, and I would hear them back, and I was like, oh, I hear my voice. And it took me a long time to get used to the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
But through the time it got better, then now I can just turn on the camera y rápido puedo hablar. Like I can just talk. Before I would like hesitate and be like, what do I say? And then I would say something, then I would play it back and I'd be so embarrassed and delete it. But now it's like whatever, that's how it is. That's how people hear me. So now I was like, I don't give a fuck.
I think now your content is more organic because you don't you care less about what people say and you're just yourself.
But for you, what stops you when creating content other than the negative people or the people
anxiety and nerves.
Like for me with my voice,
scared.
Yeah. Are you embarrassed of your own voice? Because me, that was.
I'm not embarrassed of my own voice because I go hard on karaoke. I don't care. Like my friends know me. I'm a karaoke singer. I have a horrible voice, but get me one of my love jams, and I don't care what I sound like.
Karaoke.
Yeah, it has to do with like Christina says, with traumas. I've always been fearful and scared since I was little, and it's kind of kept me back from a lot of things, like pursuing my passions and my dreams, because I'm so fearful of not succeeding or not being good enough, or that I can't do it, or even too scared to start doing it.
Yeah, I feel that too.
And I've been like that for going on like 30 years.
But see, with your confidence, how pretty you are, I would never think that you like that.
Well,
I would never think
well, you know what? I'm confident with like my own body. Like it took me a long time to be able to be confident with myself, what I look like, and I'm a work in progress every day. But in the other aspect, like with self growth, I struggle a lot with that. Yeah. Trying to really pursue my passions and like feeling like I'm good enough where I am, and also it's always hard because there's always someone to compare to, especially with social media. It's like I'm always comparing myself to somebody else. Like, and it's not based on comparison. It's your own improvement. If you're not where you were 2 years ago, that's a huge improvement for yourself, because you're in your own race in your life, not comparing yourself to anybody else. So that's I'm still still a challenge for me. So
at least you acknowledge that, and then you know that that's your problem, so you can work on it. There's a lot of people that they don't even acknowledge that that's what their issues are.
And I also think you need really good friends like Christina and I. You need people that you can be yourself with, that are going to motivate you, that are going to push you,
not gonna judge you,
and are just going to be there for you. Like if you have a shitty day and you can just like call them and just talk to them about whatever it is, you need those kind of people. Yeah. So
especially the people that just accept you for the way you are, instead of like judging you, be like, no, I don't like that about it. No me gusta cómo hace, o mucho de increíble. Like for me, and this is like being truthful because I used to be a hating ass bitch. I did. But the reason why I was a hating ass bitch because I hated myself.
Yeah.
And I can admit that now
Yeah.
because I don't hate myself anymore.
Yeah.
Back it was probably like 5-6 years ago. Like in my mid-20s, I was just miserable because I was overweight.
Yeah.
My skin was horrible. My everything was just horrible. Like I hated myself so much that I hated everybody around me. I posted videos of before and after, like when I lost 50 pounds. I posted it here, then I posted it on Instagram.
Yeah.
But this was 2019 when I lost all the weight. I lost 50 pounds, and then it was just like a complete change. Like I felt so much better, and it's not because I looked better than why I loved myself. It was just because during the time that I did lose the weight, I also did like a lot of self development and self improvement, like working on myself, my issues. I have anger issues, and then también like talking to my husband about it too, because like I didn't grow up talking like about our feelings or saying I'm sorry or apologizing. It was more of like se gritan, you're mad at each other, you give the silent treatment and then let it pass by. So it was never a thing of talking face to face, like what's the problem? So growing up, I felt like that was normal, and into adulthood and being a woman that's married, I thought that was normal. And then when when me and my husband would talk, and he said, "Why don't you talk to me, Beto?" Like, why don't you just sit here and talk to me? What's going on?
Yeah.
And I was always so defensive, and I thought like, what does it matter what I feel? Like I didn't think that the way I felt mattered. I just felt like I had to express that I was angry, and then move on, and then let it pass. Y luego ya nos contentamos así. But then as I grew up, I was like, oh shit, that's a problem. You actually have to talk about your feelings and talk about what's going on with you. You can't just ignore it. But growing up, that was normal too.
Yeah.
And now, I love myself and I accept it. And I can see a pretty girl like her, and I don't hate on her because I have my own traits and I have things that
we're both beautiful in our own ways.
I know that I'm beautiful and I have my traits that I'm beautiful. So I can't hate on a girl just because that I would consider, she's prettier than me, or se mira bien creída, because of what I think. I'm perceiving her that way instead of getting to know you. Because then when I got to know you, I was like, damn, she's really cool. She's a little weird, but but she's really cool.
Well, you know what? That's the beauty of it, because I can be whoever I want to be with her, and I don't have to worry about her like, oh, she's gonna think I'm too much, or if I say something to her, she's gonna take it the wrong way. I can literally say anything to Christina and she'll just like laugh it off and just like brush it off.
See, but the old me would have just cut you off. You're like, this bitch.
Oh, on that note, let's talk about, we had our first fight. Like, you want to talk about it? She probably doesn't want to talk about it, but I want to talk about it. Not many, no.
Okay, tell them.
Okay, so we had our first fight. I feel like this is like a first like serious fight. Yeah. So it was in Patrick's Day, right? And she had given me a pair of earrings, right? We're like, because when we go to work, we like to celebrate and get dressed up and like be all festive and stuff.
Who was in the wrong?
Yeah, who was in the wrong? Yeah. Okay, so she gave me a pair of earrings, right? And this is just who I am. So much for not judging me. This is just who I am. Like I'm not very careful with things, and I don't take care of things. And I lose things. Like I literally lost my engagement ring. Eesh. Like that's how bad like it is. That's bad. So she gave me a pair of earrings for St. Patrick's Day, like a week before St. Patrick's Day, right? So fast forward, come St. Patrick's Day, I text her and I'm like, hey, can I get another pair of earrings because I lost the ones you gave me? And what did you say?
I said,
I could read the message you said. She was cold-hearted.
Yo les digo. I said, I do have more earrings, but I'm not going to give you another one so I can teach you a lesson to not lose things.
She said, I'm going to teach you a lesson. Like,
look, but okay, you heard her side of the story. Listen to my side of the story. Okay, so I had bought a pair of earrings. Bastante. Así.
Oh my God. That meant she couldn't give me another pair? Like, really?
Let me say it. Let me speak my truth.
Oh, okay, go.
So I had a bunch of them. And me, without even hesitating, dije, Le voy a preguntar a ella first which ones does she want. And I took a picture and I sent it to her in a text. He said, which ones do you want? I let her pick first. I didn't even pick the one that
Oh
I
my
wanted.
God, so dramatic.
My best friend choose el primero, the first one. So she chose the one that she wanted. And honestly, I wanted those two. I wanted the one that she picked. But I let her, choose them. This is like the day before, right? The day before, the actual
The
day.
day.
The day of St. Patrick's Day. She sends me the text, can I get another? She really lost the one.
I brought her a headband, okay?
She lost the
like
ones that
I
gave
even
her.
trade.
And then she's asking for another one, which she should have just said, can I get another set, instead of saying, oh, I lost them. And now we were like, yeah, get another one, girl.
But I felt like
she
was acting different after that. I feel like she was hurt, and then that made me feel hurt. I think because she's never spoken to me that way. That's why.
Yeah.
I think it kind of like shocked me, and I'm very sensitive. So when she told me she wouldn't give me another pair, I was like, what? Like, I'm your best friend. Like, you're really gonna tell me you're like, out of all people, like, you're gonna teach me a lesson? And I think until I messaged her, and then when I messaged her about it, she's like, well, you hurt my feelings. And I was like, well, I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. You hurt my feelings too. And then we just got over it.
Then she said I was gaslighting her.
No, I did not.
I think we were both gaslighting.
Yeah, we were. That was our first little predicament that we ran into.
Oh, but anyways, we haven't told them how we met, because I know people on Instagram do know, but on TikTok we haven't met. So we met obviously at her job, and I had seen her. She had this really pretty jacket. And if I give you a compliment, it's like for real. I don't kiss ass. I don't be like, oh, I want to get you on the good side. No, if I
a hose at work,
because I like it though. I like it. So I liked her jacket. I said, oh, I like your jacket. It's really pretty. And then she kind of like smiled, pero no dijo nada. And I was like, okay, that was weird, but it's first time meeting her. And then ever since that, we started talking and we've been friends.
I think she cut her hair into a bob, and then I walked past her and I was like, oh, I really like your hair. Like, where did you get it done? And we started talking. And then from there, I think we just clicked right away. And then,
the sparks flew.
Yeah, we fell in love at first sight. And we just became friends ever since then.
Oh, yeah. And then to like a little background from us, like who we are, pues. So we're both the same age. 34. Yeah, we're both 34. We're both from Mexico. We were born in Mexico, and then we came to the U.S. We're both like super little things that are like a coincidence.
Yeah.
We're the same age. We're both born in Mexico, came to the U.S. when we were young.
Both undocumented.
Yeah, both undocumented.
Became citizens while we were here in the United States.
Yeah, and then we're both married to military men. I mean, so we have that in common. And then what else? Well, she has kids. I don't have kids. I'm child free, but she has 2 kids.
She's child free.
I'm child free.
And when are you gonna babysit? While we're at it.
No, I don't know. When it comes to the thing, I've been seeing a lot about that. Like a lot of people are talking about it on TikTok. When they do like a stitch. There's one that said, what is the number one reason why you would not have kids? And it's okay to not have kids, but what is the actual reason why you would ask that? And I've been wanting so bad to stitch that and give my opinion, but I think.
Okay, so what are your reasons for not having kids?
So my number one reason, and don't come after me, but this is just my opinion. This is how I feel, because experiencing life and whatever. So I have a lot of anxiety and I get panic attacks, which I'm seeing a therapist now for my severe panic attacks. And it feels horrible. I hate it. I hate having a panic attack. I've had panic attacks at work. Remember the one I had one and she was there?
Yeah.
And it's something that I, in the beginning, was embarrassed. And I kind of still am that I get panic attacks. But I feel like if I have kids, that's just going to escalate like super bad. My anxiety, my panic attacks are going to get like to the roof. So that's one of the reasons. And another main reason why I don't want to have kids, and if I do, it's okay, but the main reason why I don't want to have kids is because I don't want to bring kids into this world knowing that they have to pay bills, they have to get a job, they have to
That's hilarious.
get a career. they have to struggle to find jobs or pay their rent, pay the car
I
note.
guess. Well, then if you become rich, then they don't have to pay bills. So maybe if you become rich,
And the fact that
you'll have kids.
I as a parent would have to watch my kids struggle with that, or struggle with depression, struggle with the shit that I'm struggling with. It would be too much. I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
I feel. What does that word say? I'm empath.
Empathy.
I have too much empathy when it comes to kids, and I feel it would just like it would be too much for me. I wouldn't be able to take it, and for that reason, why I don't want to have kids. I don't want to bring in a person for them to be an employee. Or have to work. To pay bills. Like I feel like that's not a good life. Like I don't want to pay and work and pay bills. Like we come here to work and pay bills. Like nah, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to bring kids into the world like that.
Well,
And the economy is horrible too.
It is. There's truth to that because it's 24/7 stress. I share custody of my son with his dad.
You have two, huh?
So, and then I have my daughter full time. So yeah, it's every day, 24 hours out of the day, you're constantly worried about their well-being, or if they're okay, or if they're needing you at that moment, or what they're doing. And it's a lot of responsibility to keep another human alive. That you're solely responsible for their future and what they turn out to be. That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it is.
But I feel it's also a blessing, because the love of your kids is something that, just like the love of a spouse, it's like completely different. And I have a lot of friends that I can't relate to because they're like longing to be. And I'm like, oh, I got pregnant at 18. I've been, experiencing this my whole life. I don't know what that feels like to not have a partner to raise a family with, or fulfill that dream of being called a mother, or being a mother. So I look at that sometimes. I'm like, wow, what a blessing, because there's a lot, or mothers that can have kids that are infertile. So in that aspect, I feel like I'm very blessed to have been able to have my kids at a young age, and just experience
that's
life
a good
with
perspective. I didn't even think of that.
I
might consider it.
You said no.
No, but we've been married for 10 years, me and my husband, and we did try.
Does he want kids?
We're still in between. Like, well, he's 37 and I'm 34.
Yeah.
And I'm telling him, if we're gonna have kids, we need to start desde ahorita. Start but I feel like right now we're in a stage where like it wouldn't be a right move for us. Maybe 2 years. But I already told my husband, if I don't have kids past 35 or like 36,
not having them.
I'm not.
How about adopting? Would you ever adopt?
I would want to adopt, but I feel like there's so much things that you have to do in order to qualify and all that. I guess we would have to be like in a good point in our life where we can, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would love to adopt también, because there's a lot of kids out there that don't think parents.
I always wanted to do foster parenting.
Yeah,
always
foster parenting
seems really nice to be able to have a home for other kids, and a loving home, because you always hear about like these crazy homes where they're foster parents. Yeah, they're foster parents, but they're like doing a horrible job with the kids. So I would want to provide, a loving home for other kids besides my own when they get older, because my son is 16 and my daughter is 10, and they're getting like more independent, and my son's going to be off to college soon, so I'm scared of I'm gonna be alone. I'm not gonna have him anymore, and that's really scary that he's gonna be off on his own. Being an adult and doing his own thing, and that's even more scary.
Yeah, like you want to protect them.
Sometimes I sound like a drill sergeant, but I don't care, because this is just real life. Like,
you gotta prepare them.
You can't sugarcoat stuff with your kids. Like, you gotta let them know what life is gonna be about.
My dad would always say when we were younger that we didn't have the best parents, but my dad always told us in Spanish, he's like, se tienen que preparar porque nosotros no siempre vamos a estar con ustedes.
Yeah.
You need to prepare yourself because we're not always gonna be there with you guys. And I was
yeah.
Be there forever. Because my dad was like everything. He would do everything for us. He literally was the guy that was like, he would get stuff done, even though like he was illegal.
Yeah.
He always found a way to get cars, to get jobs.
Yeah.
He always had money. He always, had food on the table. And he was like the provider. He wasn't the best emotionally. He was emotionally absent, but he was the provider. Like he was he never ran off, and because he couldn't take it.
Yeah.
He was always there. He made sure that he took care of his family, even though he wasn't the best dad. But he was always there, and I always remember him saying that because that's true. That you need to prepare yourself because your parents aren't always going to be there for you, and that always stuck with me.
My dad was a great provider. My dad had 7 kids. They were both illegal. My mom started cleaning hotels, and my dad was a dishwasher through all my childhood. And then my dad has always been a businessman, so he started his own little self business, and he's a people person, and he likes talking. I think my brothers and sisters got that aspect from him. But he also wasn't emotionally available to us because, I mean, I can only put myself in his shoes taking care of 7 kids. Like, that's a lot of kids to feed.
Like when you were younger, you resented your parents and how they were.
Yeah. Or like I didn't get the fly stuff, or I didn't have this and I didn't have that.
Yeah, and now when you're a grown up, ya cuando te toca a ti, you're
dang.
like, okay, yeah, it made sense. I understand why they were always stressed or they were mad or why they couldn't get me this. Because we're fucking poor. We're poor. Like my parents worked in the fields. Like, come on, van a tener dinero para comprarle 7 kids Christmas presents. Yeah, like they could barely pay the rent. They could barely put food on the table.
Yeah, I didn't have a Christmas tree growing up. Did you?
No, we never had Christmas trees. No Christmas presents. And back then, you're little, you're sad. You're like, ay, güey, que nos dieran regalos, un Christmas tree, whatever. But then as you grow up, you understand, well, ¿dónde van a sacar el dinero para comprar gifts, para comprar el arbolito, whatever? Like, they could barely pay the rent. And now I understand, and I was like, okay, I don't resent them anymore. Ya no le tengo rencor because I understand. Like, if I was in their shoes, illegal, having 7 kids, barely can get a job, no transportation, like, I'd be stressed out too. Yeah. So I understand them now.
Yeah, well, I was never homeless. I always had clothes on my back. I went to school and I was never hungry. So I think they did an amazing job raising me with whatever they could. I remember in middle school I would want like $100 shoes. And if I didn't get them, I would cry. Now my daughter, like she won't throw tantrums because I taught her like not every time we go to the store I have to buy you something, but she gets a little sad and it gets to me and it makes me and like I'm like, oh, am I poor? Am I that poor that I can't get my daughter something every time? But I'm like, no, she doesn't need. She has so many toys. She has so many clothes. Like she doesn't need more things, but it just pulls at your heartstrings.
I never really asked for stuff. Yeah. It was rare. It was like in high school when I did ask once, ask my dad for a cell phone, and he got it for me. And I was like, okay. For anything like that.
Yeah.
Maybe like chips or something. Like food, mainly like food.
I remember a good cell phone story. Everybody had like the new, the little phones that you like. The
Sidekick?
Yeah, the side. I wanted that phone so bad, and it's like when phones were barely coming out in high school. And I remember I like cried to my mom for like the whole day because I wanted a phone. So I stayed in the car because she wouldn't buy me a phone. I stayed in the car. I was like, I'm not going with you guys. So I stayed in the car. And when they came back, she had bought me a phone. But it wasn't the phone I wanted. Like it was like, but it was all she could get. It was like this ugly, like flip one, like super basic, like no keyboard, nothing. And I was like super ungrateful. I feel so bad now.
Now looking back, you're like,
and my mom probably like
so bad
wasted her freaking savings on just buying me a phone and having like that bill every month.
And then you never.
And I'm like, man, I did use it. I did use it, but I was just like so ungrateful and.
I don't like this.
But now, like I'm able to help my parents. I'm able to give back to them for everything they did to me.
Too.
So.
Like I remember the phone that my dad bought me. At that time, it was like 2006. I was in high school. I was like 16 or 17, so it had to be like 2006 or 2007. He bought me a Razor phone. I remember going to it with him,
Yeah.
and it was $200.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, at that time they were $200.
Plus,
And I was like,
you had, if you don't, maybe that was a down payment, and then he
Yeah,
had to pay it off,
probably.
and plus the monthly bill.
Yeah,
Like it's a lot.
yeah. Now looking back, I was like, damn, that he had to work really hard because my dad worked in the fields picking fruit, so no pagan tanto, don't pay that much, so he probably had to like spend a lot of his money for that.
Yeah.
But then now as he get older, like if he ever wants something, like he wants a phone, your mother knows, like get yourself whatever phone that you want. Like he just told me he wants a phone. He's like, "¿Cuál quiere?" I said the money.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to my mom, like whenever I get an upgrade from my phone, I give her my old phone, and it's still good. Like because I take out my phone's really good.
Yeah.
So like when I get an upgrade on my phone, I give her my old phone, so she gets kind of an upgrade on me.
Yeah.
But for now, it's just us going live and talking, and then I save it and I post it on different platforms. But we might, if we get more traction and more engagement, might post it somewhere else. So like if anybody just wants to listen, because I had told one of our coworkers, I had told him, "Did you watch our podcast? The first episode."
Yeah.
And he's so funny. He's like, "No, I didn't. I missed it, and I felt bad that I missed it." But I went to Spotify to look for it to see if I could hear it on my way to work.
With Spotify, we are not on Spotify.
And I didn't want to laugh, but I was like, "Oh no, we're not on Spotify. We just put it on Instagram, como regular reels." Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
All our coworkers, I mean, I don't talk to them about the podcast. Christina does it more, but they're all super supportive and super nice about it. And they always, telling Christina how much of a fans they are.
In the beginning, it was a little awkward and weird when people would tell me about, "Oh, you're a content creator, Christina." I was like, "Yeah." Like, when people started finding out, because I never in the beginning told people about it. I didn't. When I started adding people on Instagram or on TikTok, then they started like, "Oh, you're a content creator, Christina Crochets and this and that." And then it started getting a little weird and it made me uncomfortable in the beginning. I would get like red or shy. But then I thought, I do this for thousands of other people and I don't get embarrassed. These people, whatever. And I do see them every day at work, but still, it's like I'll interact with them like a couple minutes and that's it. But it doesn't bother me anymore. If people say like, "Oh, TikTok star," I'm like, "Yes, I am. Follow me." Would you ever learn how to crochet? Because I crochet.
Well, she taught me how to crochet once, but it is kind of boring. Not gonna lie. I just like sitting there and like, I it's not for me. Like I like to be active, like to do sports. I like the gym. I like being outside.
A lot of the gym.
But yeah, I don't do. I try to play the piano, like little melodies. I'll do that. But no, I can't sit there and crochet a full on thing like her. It kind of got me stressed actually trying to crochet because it's like trying to get it right. Yeah.
No, in the beginning it is stressful. You get so frustrated. When I first started, when I was teaching myself from YouTube,
Yeah.
I would get so frustrated. I would get angry and I would stop. I stopped for months, then I would try again, and then I would stop until I finally understood it. And then
We only have like 15 more minutes.
And then my husband would tell me, practice more, get good at it if you don't practice. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna continue practicing. And then now I'm here. Now I can make blankets, beanies, I make roomies, and I love it.
Make sure you comment down if you want to purchase a shirt so she can go make them because I want one too. So
the merch
merch is coming soon.
I'm telling my husband to make me my clothing brand because he's my business manager.
Yeah.
I'm the face and he's the
Couldn't you put your logo on like one of these too?
Yeah, I guess.
No, like one of these. Like you could put your logo on these.
Yeah,
you should do that. Oh, that'd be dope.
I think people do
What is it? The needle? What is it called?
The hook. Crochet hook. Yeah, I think people do that.
She's sleeping on that.
Yeah, but I'm still trying to learn all that stuff, how to sell and all that. Because I really don't want to sell my work. I don't want to make something and sell it. It doesn't work for me. It works for other people, but it won't work.
Yeah.
It's not beneficial for me, at least. You said how long do you have left?
15 minutes because I told him one.
Oh, okay. 10 minutes. If anybody has any questions, please write it down. I'll gladly answer your questions.
I burned myself when I was straightening my hair.
Yeah.
Who knows that feeling? I burned myself in the back
cute.
in the back of my ear, and it's permanently there for a while. It burns every time I think about it. I might cry.
It looks really cute though. You did a good job. It was worth it.
Yeah, last time I didn't even put any makeup on, and I was telling Christina that I didn't like that because it made me really I don't know, it made me more nervous to be on camera.
They self-conscious.
Yeah, I was like, but Christina makes me feel so comfortable.
I'm comfortable too because I wore my shirt, my LatinaCrochets shirt. Hit me up for the merch. Give me that. But this is how far I've gone in my blanket. I'm trying to make a size queen blanket, so I have a lot to go.
Probably 2 more years,
Yeah,
guys.
2 more years. I'll eventually finish. And then I'm also making my beanie. I haven't finished my beanie. And then I have a granny square cardigan that I need to attach while you sew together. And then what else? Oh, I have 2 other little projects coming up, like in the future that I have to.
So thank you for tuning in, guys. We're gonna try to do it again.
Yeah, we'll try to do this again at least once a week if it's possible. But
once we get the hang of it and the flow of things.
But thank you to everybody that has joined our live. I know this was like a first time thing here on TikTok. We did do it before on Instagram, but definitely we'll be doing it again. And also, if you have any questions or anything,
tell us if you want to do it. I want to do it ASMR. Tell Christina we should do it ASMR.
Let us know. DM me, slide into my DM. Tell me what's up, and I will definitely write it down and we can talk about it.
Yeah. Are you gonna put your on this video?
Yeah.
On Instagram, and she'll tag me as well.
Yeah. I'll tag on Instagram.
But don't be weird if you do be weird, okay? Because I will remove you.
But yeah, thank you to everybody that joined. Again, this is one of the first few ones. We're still starting. We're beginning, all right? So be patient with us.
So right now we have 4 people, and we couldn't be more grateful for those 4 people that are on right now, because this is how everybody starts. Everybody starts somewhere, and if we have 4 people, like 4 people want to watch us talk, like that's big. That's a big deal to us. So again, thank you guys.
This is just our second episode, so we're still going. Like this is the beginning.
We're still trying to figure out what this is and what direction we're going to take it in. So thank you guys so much.